This week, we're taking the train back into the crazy world of possession and exorcism. The multiple exorcisms of Annaliese Michel, to be exact. Turn off the lights and turn it up. Listener discretion is always advised. All aboard the Midnight Train. Hello, passengers. That's right, we're back, baby, and welcome to the Midnight Train, where we bring the dark to light. Of course, you guys know we make fun of and joke about creepy stuff while bringing you as much information on each topic as possible. If you're new here, hey, we are a comedy podcast, but we talk about a lot of really dark things, so if you're not into that and you're like, I don't think that goes together, we get it, no hard feelings, but if you are, thanks for being here and for being just as twisted and messed up as we are. Right. So I am your host, the conductor of the cryptic, Jonathan Sayer, and with me today in the co-host chair, it's Logan.
Hey.
Hi. Sup?
Sup with it?
Sup?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Yeah? Good day at work?
No. No.
Never a good day at work.
Not a good day. Fresh back from Ireland.
Ireland.
I'm not going to get into it right now. In fact, I think we're going to do a bonus episode on it, and we're going to let everyone know what happened over there. I might even bring the wife in for me. I might even bring Katie and Bill in just to talk about what we did for that. And we're also going to be doing a bonus episode for Patreon. It's going to be another F That Guy episode.
Nice.
And this guy is a pretty popular piece of crap.
Nice.
Yeah, those
are 2 words I would, or 3 words I would never listen to.
Yeah. It's messed up. It's very, very messed up. And we'll get into that. All so if you want to hear that, sign up for Patreon, become a pooper like the greatest people in the world are, and listen to us as we discuss all kinds of crazy stuff that we can, well, not that we can't do here, but it's just a little more free.
Yeah.
A little more free.
A little free bird.
Right. So listen, we're going to save the rest of the business stuff until the end because, we don't want to sit here and blabber and waste your time.
Yeah, true.
You guys have got stuff to do.
So do we.
Even though I know you enjoy listening to my sultry voice, and as you're in your car right now, and you're going, yeah, I actually like this.
Dude, everybody with subs in their car right now, just all they heard was the vibrations.
And then they turned off when I did the ASMR or whatever it is. They're like, ugh, I can't stand it. So let's just get into this, all right? Let's turn down the lights, adjust our seats, grab a drink, and let's get really creepy on this one. But first, here's a toast to all of you beautiful motherfuckers. Hit me!
What the fuck? 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 I love how it gets different every time.
Yeah, that's the chainsaw remix. What the... What? I need to get that.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
need to quickly
get All right, so listen, Logan, and for all you listeners out there, I want you to think to yourself, this is going to be a really creepy. We're getting really creepy on this.
Really creepy?
Yeah.
I think I brought my blankie.
Yeah, well, you might be sleeping here tonight, is all I'm saying, because you might be not wanting to go home after this.
Probably not.
So do you believe in the devil? And for listeners out there, think to yourself, do you believe in the devil? Devil? The devil. Do you believe in the devil? Playing that foosball. Anyway, that's a reference. Drink up. Anyway, so do you believe in the devil?
Kind of, I guess. I believe more in the innate evil that is within all of us, more so than the devil himself.
There's 8 evils in us?
There are, yes.
Oh.
I only have 6.
Do you know them?
I know 6 of them.
Can you name them?
Harry, Bill, Jeff. Oh, no, never mind.
Jeff, Hefe. Do you believe in demons?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about, and the rest of you folks out there, I want you to think to yourself, do you believe in demons? And if you do, I want to know. We want you guys to let us know. Do you think the devil or demons can possess a body, a person?
I mean, as far as John Constantine goes, I believe so, yeah.
God, I love that movie so much.
He's always trying to do a second one.
I know, I heard.
Dude.
Yeah, there's still talks about him getting into the MCU, too.
I know. And Star Wars.
Keanu. What?
Yeah.
Star Wars.
So there's a, not to get too deep into it, but there's a, in between like the Clone Wars and like the Knights of the Old Republic kind of thing, there's a Sith Lord that was once good, turned Sith, and kind of, his name was, I believe, Revan or Revan or something like that.
Oh.
Looks just like him in the comics.
Really?
Yep.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see him doing that. Love me some Keanu.
Oh, same here.
He just seems like the coolest guy ever.
I know.
Like, I want to hang out with him, Johnny Depp, and Ryan Reynolds all in a room together.
And then bring RDJ into the mix and everything just goes crazy.
Yeah. Well, old RDJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like before Marvel.
Yeah. Like
back when he was a crazy bastard. So anyway, does that kind of stuff keep you up at night and maybe creep you out a little bit from time to time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Well, for you listeners out there, if it does, you're going to love today's episode.
Nice.
If you've ever seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which, knowing you probably haven't.
I've seen actually a good portion of that.
Okay, well, this story, or the story of Emily Rose, or the movie, is actually based off of this.
Oh, no kidding.
Okay, and this is a real-life thing that took place, and the movie was, again, based on the subject of this of today's episode. It's going to get kind of crazy today as we discuss the exorcism of Annaliese Michel.
Michel.
I want to call it Mitchell every time I see it. I'm like, Annaliese Michel. I've known her. That's old man Mitchell's daughter. She was a great look. No, I don't know. Michel.
I like that. It's very,
So some of you may already be familiar with this story, as it's been discussed on other podcasts, not as well as we do, and continues to be a pretty famous story in the world of exorcisms, demons, and possessions. Okay? Annaliese Michel was born on September 21st, 1952, in Leiblfing, Bavaria, West Germany.
It's always the Europeans, man.
Oh, they're great.
I know.
God, I love it.
They're always possessed by demons.
Well, no. I mean, Brazil, they have a lot of that. Remember, that's the place that has the 800 number you can still call.
Oh, that is right.
For exorcisms, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You can go back and listen to our exorcism episode to find out more about that.
Yeah.
So she was born into a very religious Roman Catholic family, okay? She attended Mass twice weekly with her family and was described as a, quote, vibrant, pretty girl on her way to becoming a gorgeous woman. She had shining black hair, an open, honest face, and a stunning smile. Okay, so that's, she had it going on for herself, you know what I mean?
She's pretty cool.
Right. 4 years before Annaliese was born, her mother, Anna Michel, gave birth to an illegitimate daughter. This was a source of shame for the Catholic family. Okay, they're Catholics, and of course you don't do that. No. After she married and gave birth to Annaliese, she apparently harbored feelings of guilt about her first daughter. Okay. Unfortunately, Annaliese's older sister died at the age of 8.
Wow.
But Annaliese reportedly felt like she needed to repent for her mother's sin. Okay, when I'm saying devout, I mean like devout. Okay, this whole family is, but like you'll see as we go through this, she really is. She supposedly, what? I don't even know what word that was. The hell just happened? She supposedly spent much of her time doing penance for her mother. You know what happened with her mother.
Gotcha.
Her sinful youth, like for being young, she felt
sin?
she had to repent for that.
Man.
And evil priests, like bad priests.
Oh.
Like she just put all this stuff on herself.
Man, she put the weight of the world on her shoulders.
Seriously.
Wow.
Sounds like a really great childhood.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Peachy. Sounds like a great start to the episode, too.
Yeah.
So all the crazy shit began in 1968 around the time of her 16th birthday when Annaliese had the first of several seizures. Okay?
No.
Keep that in mind because the seizures thing, that definitely plays a very, very prominent part in this entire thing.
Right.
She lost consciousness during school and was found by her classmates to be in a trance-like state. Later that night, Annaliese woke up claiming she felt something was pressing down on her. She couldn't move, couldn't breathe or speak, and lost control of her bladder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it stinks, and seizures and things like that can make you feel that way,
Yeah.
Although the experience frightened her greatly, okay, of course, as it would, when it didn't happen again, she just forgot about it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I don't know what the hell that was, but,
It's a one-off.
Moving on,
Yeah.
Then on August 24th of 1969, she suffered another seizure. And when she was examined by neurologist Dr. Siegfried Luthi, her EEG showed, quote, a normal physiological alpha-type brain activity. So she seemed fine.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, and again, the EEG is
Graph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Good job.
So anyway, I guess they're just saying they didn't see any kind of like anything that would be causing seizures in her head, okay?
Gotcha.
In fact, Dr. Luthi later explained to investigators, quote, I judged from the description I was given that this was probably a case of cerebral seizures of the nocturnal type with the symptoms of a grand mal epilepsy.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So basically saying that she's having epileptic seizures, right? Although they looked at the brain and everything seemed fine.
Makes sense though, because if it's like in the nighttime with your like rapid eye movement and stuff like that, I've heard like cases where your rapid eye movement can actually trigger epileptic seizures and stuff.
And seizures can actually, especially the grand mal ones and whatnot, they can actually come from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And almost from not almost anything, but there's a lot of things that can cause it.
Yeah, lack of electrolytes, stuff like that.
Yeah. So tonic-clonic seizures, formerly known as grand mal seizures, comprise two stages. A tonic phase and a clonic phase. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, episodes may begin with a simple or complex partial attack known as an aura, during which persons may experience sensations such as unusual smells, keep that in mind, vertigo, nausea, or anxiety, or my everyday life. During the tonic phase, people may lose consciousness and experience bodily and respiratory paralysis as the muscles involuntarily contract.
Gotcha.
Okay, involuntarily contract.
Makes sense.
I didn't say that word right either.
I thought you did.
You guys are back. Glad I'm back, aren't you?
Get it all out now.
So finally, during the clonic phase, the person's face, arms, and legs spasm and jerk uncontrollably and rapidly. When the body relaxes, the bladder may also relax and release.
Gotcha.
All right. We got all that?
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Of course.
Of course they do.
Of course.
I know they're all a bunch of intelligent bastards.
They are pretty smart.
I mean, listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be pretty smart. Shut your face. Annaliese's symptoms certainly fit the criteria of a tonic-clonic seizure, and there's good reason to believe on at least one occasion she also experienced aura. Remember, that was the first one we talked about. One day while praying to the rosary, because, again, she prayed a lot, and it was all about her religion.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, one day when she was praying to the rosary, she she told someone she was smelling a sweetness, quote, wafting about her like the fragrance of violets. Okay. And a euphoric feeling that lasted into the next day.
Wow.
She was found by other girls to be, again, in a trance-like state with her hands rigidly outstretched, quote, like you had a cramp or something, like when my cat stretches her claws. And her pupils actually dilated. Quote,
wow.
I thought they were blue, now they are all black. Those are some of her friends or whatever that saw her.
Wow.
Yeah, so her eyes were all dilated, her hands were all stretched out or whatever, and she was just like catatonic.
Yeah.
After her third seizure, Annaliese began experiencing one of the longest-lasting side effects, continuously filling her with Fratzen, which is German for grimacing faces.
Grimacing faces.
Yeah,
so always in a sour-looking mood?
Like just you just
like scrunched.
You can't get your face to be anything other than that.
Oh wow!
So it's Fratzen.
Fratzen.
So all our German listeners out there, I'm sure I got that one right because it's pretty easy. I'm just saying. Another EEG showed, quote, an irregular alpha pattern with some theta and delta waves, but nothing pathological.
Okay.
By 1973, her friends and family reported her behavior had changed. She was irritable and withdrawn, prone to lashing out in anger. Again, my everyday life. But so she's going from this nice, sweet girl,
right?
And she's having these seizures and stuff, and becoming very just angry, and just don't want to be around her kind of person. Again, like me. Am I possessed?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Annaliese fell into a deep and prolonged depression. This depression was severe enough that she contemplated suicide and would later describe it as, quote, this is no longer a depression, this is a condition. She claimed, quote, someone else is manipulating me, and that, quote, my will is not my own. She mentioned to her psychiatrist that she, quote, could not love sufficiently, that she felt, quote, castrated, ice cold, and told her boyfriend, his name's Peter, we'll talk about him later, quote, I can't feel any love at all. I am numb, sort of. I can't feel emotions like that. So she's just, literally, shutting off.
Yeah.
It almost seems like from a human standpoint, right?
Yeah.
It seems like she's progressively turning
to a shell of her former self.
Something other than,
yeah.
Definitely not herself, yeah. So Annaliese stopped associating with her usual group of friends and became drawn to a group of students considered to be religious zealots. That is not a good sign.
No.
We should not do that. Just saying. One of her childhood friends noted, quote, after her illness, Annaliese was changed. She was quiet and withdrew from her friends. I also noted that she kept wanting to carry on mostly religious conversations. she's getting more and more into her religion.
Right.
For her part, Annaliese became convinced of her damnation and began warning others of the world's imminent end. Sounds like she's a blast at parties. She believed she had personal visions and communed with the Virgin Mary and became particularly drawn to the life of Barbara Weigand, a Catholic mystic and prophetess.
Oh.
Yeah. She also claimed to experience visions of the Virgin Mary. Okay, so now you can just see the progression here, right? Yeah. In addition to the visual hallucinations, Annaliese also claimed to begin experiencing olfactory hallucinations known as
Phantasmic.
Phantasmia.
Phantasmia. Yeah, that's like what you get with like COVID. You like smell certain things that aren't there. Like when I had it the second time, dude, I would smell diesel fuel all the time.
You were just ripping ass.
Yeah, probably.
Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I don't give you that.
Definitely give you that diesel booty.
Freaking phantasmagoria on your ass. Quote, she started smelling a horrid stench not perceived by others. Okay. The nature of this nasty smell changed over time. However, it was later related, or it was said, Annaliese exuded a stench like Frau Hein had never smelled before, like fecal matter or something burning.
Ooh.
Everyone in the bus could smell it. So it went from her smelling it to other people smelling it now.
Yeah, that's no good.
You know, this would seem to indicate that the source of the stench was, in fact, Annaliese herself. So she smelled like burning boo-boo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which the boo-boo part, that's not good. But the burning part, I'm like, that seems weird, right?
Yeah, that's off.
Further evidence supports this from a visit from Father Roth to the Michel household. There's a lot of fathers and priests that come in and out of this whole situation. So if you get confused, so am I. So he shows up and, quote, Michel, that's, her, received me and took me immediately to the living room. It was filled with a horrible stench of something burning, and of dung that penetrated everything. Michel expressly called my attention to it and told me that Annaliese had been in the room just before. Oh, that's her mom.
Gotcha.
Her mom brought her in. Yeah. And that Annaliese had been in the room just before. In the other rooms of the Michel home and on the outside, I could detect no trace. So basically, wherever she was, it smelled like shit and something burning.
Did they check her underwear, make sure she didn't leave any,
I'm you know what? I'm not going to put it past them that they did, and you'll find out when we get there on this. It's So the pungent smell was not, however, present all the time, which is weird.
Yeah.
You'd think if she was just, not bathed,
right,
that it'd be there constantly.
Yeah.
During the criminal investigation in October of 1976, Father Hagabar recalled his first meeting with Annaliese and mentioned nothing of an odor. Father Ehrman, who met with Annaliese about 10 times from 1973 to 1975, stated, quote, from her parents, I heard that on occasion she evidenced disrespect towards sacred objects and there was a stench of dung or of something burning in the room where she was. However, these symptoms never occurred in my apartment. In other words, while he was there.
Gotcha.
So he never got that, but other people said they did.
Okay.
Likewise, none of Annaliese's doctors, classmates, or teachers ever complained of a foul odor emanating from or percolating around her, other than those people that were, earlier that we were talking about.
Right.
Her boyfriend was utterly unaware of her problem with the smell until she mentioned how it plagued her. Based on what Annaliese revealed to her psychiatrist, we know she was intimate with her boyfriend.
Okay.
So, they, and intimate could mean just kissing, hugging, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Holding hands.
I'm not hating, whatever.
Yeah.
You go. But he says, obviously, you would think that he would smell burning doo-doo if you're getting up on somebody.
But, I mean, if he's around her a lot and kind of like...
Used to it, you think?
Yeah, kind of got used to
it. Like
it.
a chick with bad breath.
Yeah.
See, I can't get used to that.
I
can't get that.
I don't do that.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
He's a tic-tac.
Yeah. A whole box of it. By 1973, she had depression and began hallucinating while praying and complained about hearing voices telling her that she was damned and would, quote, rot in hell.
Oh.
Yikes. Quote, Michel's treatment in a psychiatric hospital did not improve her health, and her depression worsened. Long-term treatment did not help either, and she grew increasingly frustrated with the medical intervention, taking pharmacological drugs for 5 years. In addition, Michel became intolerant of Christian sacred places and objects such as the crucifix.
Okay.
So now this is somebody who is a devout Catholic.
Loves her faith.
And now she can't stand to see the sight of these things.
Interesting.
Yeah. What are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking that...
I see your gears are working.
Yeah.
Or at least the one squirrel is on its wheel right now.
Yeah, the other one took a break eating some nuts. So far what I'm thinking is that she's got COVID. That's the whole issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could, maybe. And all the way back then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, I guess. Has it?
I mean, it was on Lysol cans prior to COVID being released. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, just a different strain. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep. So in one instance, her family organized a trip to San Damiano to pray for God to intervene, for God to come down and help our daughter, right?
Makes sense.
Annaliese said standing on the shrine's soil made her feet burn, and she refused to drink water from its holy spring. As a result, she could not even walk past sacred icons. And the priest who was there with them stated she approached it, the shrine, with the greatest hesitation, then said that the soil burned like fire and she simply could not stand it. She also noted that she could no longer look at medals or pictures of saints. They sparkled so immensely that she could not stand it.
That kind of makes sense with the epileptic seizures or whatever that she was having prior, the Great Mall seizures and stuff. You know, if maybe that was just like, because like I get really weird around bright lights and stuff because, I have really bad migraines and stuff too, so.
Yeah, but why just those particular things, though?
I mean, you ever been to a church? You see how bright and shiny, like the lights literally gleam just on those objects for a reason.
But that'd be like you not being able to look at a beer.
Oh, that's different.
See, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's weird, right?
That is kind of weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's weird.
So Annaliese was put on several medications, but none seemed to help the situation throughout the early 70s. Finally, between the results of her pilgrimage and, going to try and get the intervention,
right,
and her increasingly strange behavior, her parents decided to put the faith in the church.
Okay.
Oh, and an exorcism as well. Yeah,
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Her behavior had deteriorated to the point where she would at times growl, swear, blaspheme for no goddamn reason.
What?
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
And even urinate on the floor and lick it up.
Oh, this just went like totally.
Yep. Full tilt boogie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Then in the spring of 1973, Annaliese began to hear a knocking sound in her room.
Oh.
Dr. Vaught could not find anything wrong with her hearing, so he referred her to a specialist. However, her mother, Anna, began to believe something supernatural was occurring because she and her other daughters could soon hear the same sound, like rapping or thumping in the wardrobe, like their dresser, where they're hanging their
wasn't
stuff
like the Beastie Boys in there or anything?
No.
Oh.
It'd be awesome.
That would be pretty funny.
If you heard, what you, what the fuck?
Brass monkey.
Yeah. The knocking is... Sorry. So, in addition, Annaliese was now seeing overtly demonic faces with horns, just crazy shit, telling her she would be damned for eternity. Her father, Joseph, I'm assuming it's probably Joseph.
Probably Joseph, yeah.
Dismissed these weird-ass happenings as products of hysteria. Okay? He's dead. He's like, oh, quit it.
Yeah.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
Stop pulling your sister's hair.
Stop drinking your pee.
Right. Ugh, especially that one. However, he was disturbed by his wife's account of Annaliese staring at a statue of the Virgin with a malicious expression on her face.
Ooh.
Her eyes were black and dilated, and her hands contorted like an animal's paws.
Yikes.
So she's not happy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say so far. On September 3rd, Annaliese revisited Dr. Luthi and finally told him of the hideous faces she'd been seeing. She also confided that the devil was inside of her and that a judgment of fire would come upon everyone. Again, not fun at parties.
No.
Dr. Luthi recalled, quote, she could not get her mind off these things. She had no power of decision and everything was empty in her. Mama Anna claimed that Dr. Luthi advised them to see a Jesuit about the demonic faces, but the doctor intensely denied that he had said any of that shit. Okay, so Mama says, no, he told us to go see a Jesuit priest, and this Dr. Luthi or whatever is like, I never said that. So it is possible that maybe he, made a, just a comment or something in passing, like, maybe she should see.
Put it in other hands.
Yeah, which maybe he forgot, since, Frau Michel here was adamant that she had gotten the idea of calling a Jesuit from the doctor.
Okay.
She had never before heard that Jesuits were specialists at exorcisms. So if she didn't know this, she had to have gotten the idea from somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's if we're, calling Mama an honest person, which I feel like we are right now, okay?
Yeah.
Either way, Dr. Luthi did not think much of the vision since he prescribed only Aolept.
Yeah.
Aolept.
Alept.
Oh, Aolept.
Alept.
Which is also known as paracizine
Paracizine.
drops, okay? A medium-intensity antipsychotic drug for neurosis in children. That shit is mainly sold in Canada, Italy, Russia, and Australia, and you can't even get it in the United States.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We have so much dumb stuff over here.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably
It's probably
helpful.
good for you. Thanks, America. So in his words, quote, it could not be stated with certainty at the time that there was the beginning of a psychotic symptomatology.
Okay.
Okay, so he's saying right here, I couldn't tell you if she was starting to have a psychotic episodes or whatever,
right?
Okay, or a psychosis. So despite continued treatment with Dilantin and paracizine, Annaliese's visions did not go away, and the drugs only seemed to make her tired and more depressed. The Michels believed that the images were a particular problem from these seizures and now followed Dr. Luthe's offhand suggestion to see a priest about them. Okay, it went from medical to a priest.
That's what normally you would do.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Is that normally what you would do?
That's what I would do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if medicine can't figure out, well, leave it to God. He'll take care of it.
Oh, boy. They first sought Father Habiger, who we talked about earlier, pastor of the Mother of God parish in Aschaffenburg.
Very good.
I feel like I got that.
Yeah.
Who examined Anneliese, who found only an ordinary shy girl with no signs of possession. He recommended that she see a physician. All right, there it is.
Okay.
So that's the story, guys.
Nice.
We're good, all right?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
I'm just kidding. It would suck if that was the end of the story.
Kind of sad.
No, of course not. That's not what happened. The family was able to contact an elderly Jesuit, Father Adolf Roderick, in Frankfurt about Annaliese's case. Father Roderick was in Froderick. Why do you keep saying Froderick? Igor. So this father was an expert on possession, having published a book on the subject.
Okay.
Still, he could not travel to Klingenberg and recommended the retired Father Herman of the Mother of God parish in Aschaffenburg. Okay, you got that? Here we got 2 priests, 1 church.
Yeah. Pee Wee Herman.
Gross.
Yep.
Anyway, 2 priests, 1 church. Get it?
That's so disgusting.
Where's my button? Not that one. There it is. Sorry, folks. It's been a while. Father Ehrman met with Annalise 10 times in his home and found her a nice, deeply religious girl. He recommended that she see a neurologist, but she protested that she had already seen Dr. Luthi, who could not help her.
Right.
Okay, so she's probably getting aggravated here.
Yeah.
You know?
I would be.
Nevertheless, Father Ehrman did not observe any sacrilegious behavior by Annalise. She calmly prayed the rosary with him many times without any demons popping out and burning their poop.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's positive.
That's positive,
right.
Yeah. We're getting better.
Right. In September of 1973, Father Ehrman visited Father Ernst Alt. What a name. Ernst Alt. That's his name.
Is he the alternative Ernst?
I don't know. It'd be funny if his first name was Control, and then last name Delete.
Such a stupid
Control,
joke. Get out of here.
Yeah, all right, sorry. There it is. Anyway, so this is Father Alt of the St. Agatha Parish in Aschaffenburg. Father Alt had already heard about Annaliese's case from Thea Hain and had long had he was very interested in the paranormal, okay? Having conducted studies of extrasensory perception.
Oh, ESP.
Also known as, ESP. Also an awesome guitar brand.
Oh, really?
But, ESP.
I thought it was ESQ. But that's a magazine, never mind. That's Esquire.
No, they make a Squire.
I don't know.
Which is a
confused
lower.
boy.
Wow. Okay. No. Anyway, if you guys want to hear more of us talk about stuff music and stuff Logan doesn't know, please check out Icons and Outlaws, available every Monday wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
That's good.
Thanks. Anyway, so he's into ESP and stuff, which I do want to do an episode about because there's a lot of really cool. You have it.
Yeah, I sense right now that you're getting agitated.
Maybe you do have it. Holy shit. So, but like people like Uri Geller and stuff, and like these people who a lot of people think are charlatans, but actually have done some shit. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like that one chick who was able to like pinpoint exactly where a body was and stuff like that, and drew the area, and they found her, and yeah, that's stuff.
Yeah, she was the killer.
Oh, damn.
So this was not unusual at the time, okay, for people to be in, like, the fathers and stuff to be into ESP, all right?
Yeah.
All right? It just wasn't. As even the non-religious researchers took ESP seriously in the 1970s. This was like a new phenomenon that everyone's like, oh, this is real, you know?
Yeah.
Still, Father Alt Delete here also believed himself to have telepathy.
Yeah.
Precognition.
Nice.
And even dowsing powers.
Oh.
Yeah, so evidently he was a big believer in the paranormal.
Yeah. We've used those before.
Yes, we
they
have.
actually work.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't know. They worked whenever I used them. Maybe I have dowsing powers.
I'm still on the fence with that whole thing.
I could be Control-Alt-Delete.
You might be. Father, Control-Alt-Delete.
Control-Alt-Delete, sorry.
So Father Alt offered Mass, okay, and on behalf of the troubled girl he had yet to meet, and while preparing for the consecration, he had another incredible sensation.
Oh.
Quote, all of a sudden, something hit me in the back. The air turned cold, and at the same time, there was an intense stench, as though something was burning. I had to lean against the altar. With great effort and only by dint of considerable concentration was I able to speak the rest of the text. I felt deeply distressed, as if a negative force were surrounding me, which, however, aside from vexing me, could inflict no real harm.
Did he do the
Exactly. That was the end of the quote.
Oh, that was the end of the quote?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's like, could inflict no real harm. And he snapped. Yeah, I could see him doing that.
Oh, for sure.
Right. After Mass, Father Alt calmly related his experience to another priest. He went over and told him, said, hey, dude, this is what happened. That night he was unable to sleep, even with the aid of a sleeping pill.
Oh, no.
Boy. He smelled a variety of stenches, alternating from poop to sewage, which is kind of the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But not, I guess. Maybe poop has like a distinct... whatever. I'm not going to get into the smell of shit on here.
You sure?
I don't know. We could talk about it.
We could talk about shit all day long.
Not like we haven't talked about worse.
Yeah, true.
Also to something burning. Again, that whole...
It's weird.
Right. Additionally, he heard a thumping sound in his wardrobe as well.
Oh.
Finally, after praying to Padre Pio repeatedly... That's amazing. Padre Pio.
Padre Pio.
My name is Padre Pio. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yeah, I don't think that... Anyway.
No?
So he suddenly smelled an intense fragrance of...
Poop.
Violets.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Weird.
it's kind of a... Yeah, I know.
How do you
the
go from
dynamic there
smelling
is...
shit to... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It smells like violets.
I'm turning violet. I'm turning shit. At that time, he noticed that his, quote, field of vision had been very much narrowed and his, quote, color perception was reduced.
Oh.
But now his eyesight was restored. The following day, he spoke of his experience to his fellow priests, and suddenly they could all smell a burning stench throughout the parish house, though the windows were open.
Oh. How far away do these guys live from each other?
I'm assuming it's a distance.
You think?
Yeah, but this is before he even went to meet with her, though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he knew about her and knew he was going to go meet with her and do all this stuff. And that's why he said he had that experience where he, like, felt like something was put in whatever. Yeah, so it's kind of odd, huh?
That is a little weird.
Yeah. On July 30th, 1975, Peter, Annaliese's boyfriend here, he visited her in Klingenberg. That's where she's at.
Right.
They went for a walk, limited by Annaliese's constant exhaustion and sluggish, stiff-limbed gait. So she's walking kind of weird and just acting kind of weird. However, when Peter suggested that they head back home, she was suddenly able to move normally, even gingerly, and she exclaimed happily that she was entirely herself again.
Oh, odd.
Weird, right?
Something in the house.
Yes. Perhaps.
In the walls.
Perhaps. Or maybe it's Peter.
Oh, Peter.
And his Peter. Peter! Oh, Peter! Sorry. It's been a long time, folks. I'm just glad to be back. I swear to God I am. I'm so happy to be back here. My voice is a little kind of like weird today.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's good.
Adding an ambiance.
Yes. So the following day, they returned to Würzburg, where Anneliese registered for the fall semesters, where she's going to school.
Nice.
While grocery shopping, however, her face and legs tensed up. Yet she did not. She didn't behave aggressively about it. So it just happened, and she's just kind of like, oh, God. When she returned to her room, she ended up standing stiff in front of a crucifix, glaring at it with hatred. Peter later stated, quote, her face was totally distorted. She growled like an animal and gritted her teeth so loudly that I was afraid that all her teeth would fall out. I started praying for her in thought, without giving any indication at all of what I was doing. Immediately, she ordered me, with clenched teeth, to stop.
It's fucking weird.
Slightly
aroused. Anyways.
I don't know. Whatever does it for you, I guess. I don't know. Peter had not been a church-going Catholic before meeting Anneliese, much less he definitely wasn't a devout, religious person. Nevertheless, he had started going to Mass again for her sake. Okay,
Good.
As his girlfriend, yeah. And now he was squarely facing evidence of the supernatural. So if you want to know where that smell of shit's coming from, it's probably his pants. Just saying. Yeah,
probably.
Right. For an hour, the recently lucid Anneliese stood transfixed in one spot, strangely bending her upper body away from the crucifix, even as her arms reached toward it. She later explained, quote, I wanted to take the cross in my hand, but against my will, I was pushed back, so I couldn't reach it. Ooh. So in other words, she's literally trying to grab the thing, and something is like pulling her back from it.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, imagine seeing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wondering where the poop
yeah, what the... whoa.
Yeah.
So it appeared that more than one consciousness was living inside Annaliese's body.
More than one?
More than one.
So less than two.
What? More than... How do you get more than one and less than two?
1.5.
I have failed. So after this episode, Peter said, fuck this shit, and has never been heard from again.
Oh, he out.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Anyway, that'd be fucked up, wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty fucked up.
Everyone would be like, man, fuck Peter. Fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. He actually returned Anneliese to Klinkenberg, where her condition actually got worse. Oh. At this point, her parents were directly petitioning Bishop Stengel for an exorcism.
Yeah.
Father Alt, the psychic priest over here, also wanted to talk to the bishop, who was on vacation, probably golfing, and finally managed to obtain oral permission to say only the short German form of the exorcism rite. Okay?
Short form.
Short form.
Jesus, get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out!
Just out.
Just boop her on the nose with a paper, like,
power of Christ compels you.
Yeah. Get out! Is that it? Yeah, we're done. So no, it's the short version. So on August 3rd, the Sunday after Annaliese's return, and also the greatest day ever, because I was born that day.
Were you?
Yeah. Anyway. You son of a... So Father Alt recited the Cliff Notes version of the exorcism. All right, so Father Roth noted Annaliese's signs of possession were not as strong as when he had last visited her, but she whimpered and moaned throughout the entire exorcism, and at one point pleaded, "Stop, it's burning." When asked where, she said, "In my back, in my arms." At another point, she said, "I am free," suggesting she was free of demons. But then she continued to whimper and moan. The priests were in the house for a total of 2 hours.
Wow.
During this one.
That was a short.
Yes, well, it's the unabridged, or the abridged. Is it abridged? Abridged.
Abridged, yeah.
Abridged version.
Yes.
The Cliff Notes.
Yeah,
You know
2
what I'm
hours
saying.
for a Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So although Father Alt believed Annalise benefited from his subpar exorcism over here, her behavior became alarmingly worse through August, okay? She was now plagued by insomnia, unable to sleep for more than an hour or two. She would rush through the house, bucking up and down the stairs like a goat. She exhibited compulsive behaviors, repeatedly kneeling and standing in rapid succession until her knees swelled.
Oh, wow.
She sometimes prayed continuously from dawn till dusk.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So, quote, "My Jesus, forgiveness and mercy, forgiveness and mercy." She would constantly scream, except when she would tremble and fall onto the ground, completely rigid, like just stiff as a board.
Wow.
This immobile state could last for days, so her sister would have to try to feed her and wash her. So
Wow.
shit's just fucking going off the rails over here.
Still can't get over the fact that she was going up down the stairs like a goat. Sorry, that
I know, it's kind of
stuck in my mind.
I don't want to laugh, but it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's kind
Like
of
if I
funny,
walked in and I saw one of my kids doing that, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Just bouncing up and down like, yeah. Is that what a goat? Is that mine sounded like a dolphin? I don't know what the hell I was doing. So only after the exorcism ritual did Annalise begin to exhibit apparently insane behavior, which of course coincides with classic demonic behavior.
And the going up and down the stairs like
Right.
a goat didn't?
Well, remember cloven hooves. I'm just saying, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the goat thing. I don't know.
I don't know what
She
that
was just. I think it's more about her actions, how she's acting.
She was just going up and down the stairs in a prancing manner?
I guess.
That would make more sense.
I mean, goats kind of bounce, don't they?
Yeah. The really happy ones do.
Until you scare them and they fall over. It's amazing. That's one of my favorite things in the world. Is when you just,
fainting goats?
Yeah, you just see them just fall over. It's so good.
My heart drops every time I see that.
Why?
Because I feel like they're dead.
Oh, they're not dead.
Yet.
What do you gonna have a heart attack?
Yeah, deer do that all the time. Deer, dude, if you were to catch an actual deer, they go through so much anxiety that the anxiety itself kills them within like 30 to 45 minutes of being captured.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not catching any deer anytime soon.
Unless you want to haul 300-400 pounds worth of meat.
Let's keep that. Maybe we should let your grandfather know to not be catching any more wild animals, and we'll talk about that in a different episode. And
Oh, we should have freaking got him a lunchbox.
Oh my God! I didn't even put that together.
Right now, I just did. I saw it and I was
this goes out to our girls in Jersey.
Yeah.
All right.
I got pictures.
We have pictures, and we will post them up. All right, my sister's skeleton.
Not to be confused with the
Skeleton.
sisters.
Not to be confused with the sister's skeleton.
Gotcha.
So my skeleton sisters. My father, Logan's grandfather, has a pet raccoon. And I'm not even kidding. He's this tiny little itty-bitty baby raccoon.
Dude,
right?
I love him to death,
His name's
man.
Fidget.
Yep.
And he's the cutest little freaking thing in the world.
Dude, he has so much energy, and he just wants to play nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah, they feed him with a bottle and everything else,
Yeah.
and he's tyrannical. He gets out and just wants to just freaking run around. So anyway, yeah, we'll send some pictures over. So yeah, we have our own, West Virginia raccoon.
Yeah.
It's probably not as tough as a Jersey raccoon.
Probably not.
I'll give him one of the switchblades they sent us.
Yes, we should
Yeah.
do that. You probably will end up stabbing one of us with it.
So hello from Fidget. All right, so witnesses attested that she also displayed almost superhuman strength and would repeatedly kneel and rise at crazy speeds. Remember, she's praying, she's not praying, she's praying, she's not praying, she's praying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She felt heat throughout her entire body and would tear her clothes off to cool herself.
Oh.
It's probably not too good.
I mean, except unless you're Peter.
Yeah, well, that's true. She put insects in her mouth,
Oh, never mind.
Ugh.
Never mind.
urinated on the floor, and you guessed it,
Licked it up.
licked it up. Yeah, and repeatedly tried to strike her family members and destroy sacred objects.
Oh.
So it's escalating
Yeah.
greatly. So Annaliese saw clouds of flies and small shadowy creatures that eventually her family could see.
That's odd.
Okay. But, I mean, is it just the phenomena, where someone says they see something and someone else is scared and then, oh my God, I see it too?
Kind of.
Maybe.
Maybe just the mound and horde of flies that are, around her now. Maybe they're just seeing those in the distance.
Maybe it's from the poop in the underwear.
That's what I'm thinking.
So gross. We're not making fun. We are, but you get it. Anyway,
Yeah.
So she had visions of the deceased and stigmata marks appeared on her knee.
Stigmata.
Stigmata. You know what that is, right?
I know what stag. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what those are.
Well, I will tell you here in a second.
Oh.
These marks were distinct from her other injuries, yet it has long been known that stigmata can be induced by suggestion in emotionally sensitive people, at least in a mild form.
Huh.
So stigmata in Christianity are the appearance of bodily wounds, scars, and pain in locations corresponding to the crucifixion wounds of Jesus Christ, such as the hands, wrists, and feet. Stigmata are exclusively associated with Roman Catholicism.
That is weird.
There's a movie called Stigmata, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think what her name is. It's in it, and it's gonna. Everyone out there is yelling at me right now.
Michelle
Okay.
Pfeiffer.
Okay, no, it's not Michelle Pfeiffer. No, it doesn't matter. We'll figure. We'll know by the time this is over. You don't have to tweet us anyway. So, and seriously, she started getting like her, like in her hands and stuff.
That's
No, it
weird.
was her wrists.
Yeah.
Because that's where he was actually crucified, was his wrist, not his actual
The
hands.
stakes, whatever went through.
Yeah, so it's a great movie, but it's like super fucked up.
I bet.
Yeah, super. Like super. So the local parish priest recommended that Annaliese be taken to see a psychiatrist. The Michels had already had their fill of psychiatrists, and there was no way Annaliese, now a 22-year-old adult, could be persuaded to go to a psychiatric clinic. No more psychiatrists.
Yeah.
So they contacted Father Rodwick in Frankfurt again, and the old priest finally came to see the girl himself. Because remember, they talked to him before, but he never actually came out there.
Yeah.
Father Rodwick saw Annaliese lying on the floor in an apparent hypnotic trance, oblivious to those around her. Okay? So she's just, again, catatonic.
Yeah.
She was led to the sofa by her parents, and the priest asked, quote, "What is your name?" The response was, "Judas," uttered in a deeper, altered voice. After a while, her muscles were uncramped, and she could speak as herself with calmness and lucidity.
Okay.
This clear manifestation of a dual personality persuaded Father Roderick to run the fuck out the door and never look back.
Good for him.
I'm just kidding. He obviously knew that it was a case of possession.
One of these times it's actually going to happen.
I hope so. But I'll probably change it or lie about it just to see what happens.
Yeah.
So it seems strange that a man's name, Judas, should be given to a demon, yet Father Roderick claimed that the name Judas was often provided by other possessed victims. Okay? So, or possession victims.
Interesting.
So other people have said that Judas was in there. It is not that the demon was actually the Judas of the Gospels, but rather the name represents the role or function of the demon. Okay? A Judas demon attempts to force its victim to imitate the apostle in the betrayal of his Lord, often by preventing victims from swallowing during Holy Communion to steal the host.
Oh.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
It is really.
It's fucked. This whole thing is fucked up. Like I was working on this until real late last night.
Oh, that's even worse.
I was just like, I don't know. Looking around the corner, like I don't even believe in this shit. So Annaliese did in fact feel resistance to consuming the host. You know, when you take the, what is it, communion? Yeah. So she allowed it to just dissolve in her mouth. She also displayed a compulsion to kiss people while wearing a hostile expression on her face, which is just crazy to me.
Come here, honey.
Yeah. Like, hey, I want to give you a kiss. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Which is reminiscent of the Judas kiss. So Judas kissed Jesus before, when he betrayed him and stuff.
So when
like
does Judas Priest come in?
Judas Priest?
Yeah.
Later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Father Roderick thought these behaviors confirmed his position that she was possessed by a Judas demon, which would all kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Shortly after Father Roderick's visit, Annaliese became well again, without any demonic manifestations. She could eat meals regularly, which she was not allowed to, she says.
Interesting.
Yeah, she used to say, I'm not allowed to eat. So yeah, she was being starved because of her possession.
Right.
Okay. Meanwhile, based on Father Roderick and Alt, Control Alt Delete, Father Alt whatever, the bishop finally granted permission on September 16th, 1975, to conduct the complete rite of exorcism.
About damn time.
Right. So we're not getting the short little shitty one.
Yeah, that made things worse.
We're going to get the big one, the unabridged.
Nice. The one that's going to fix all this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. So the permission was given to Father Arnold Rentz, superior of a Salvatorian monastery and pastor of a parish near Klingenberg. He was said to be a pious, intelligent, kind, and trustworthy man. His charismatic personality won Annaliese's respect and friendship in the moments when she wasn't drinking her own urine. Yeah. So Father Rentz's account of his first visit on September 24th, 1975 found Annaliese to be quite normal on the first day with, quote, nothing that would have indicated possession.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, she seems perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, he performed the standard rite of exorcism because he had been requested to do so by his fellow priests. Okay, they asked me to do this, I'm going to do this. Yeah. I'm going to fucking do this for you. Yeah. Listen, you guys asked me to do something, I'm going to do it, all right? You want me to do the whole rite, I'll do it, all right? That's how he talks. You didn't know that, right?
No, I didn't know that
That's
at
how
all.
he talks, yeah.
Really?
Comes in, he's like, listen, I got this, all right? Listen, you, lady, sit down, all right?
See, I had more of a Cedric the Entertainer voice in my head.
Maybe.
This motherfucker.
Bitch, sit down. So, again, he said he was going to do it, right? So, and the family, of course, including the perfectly aware and lucid Annaliese herself, wanted this to be done.
Good.
Even though she's completely cognitive here, and she's like, listen, I want you to do this.
Yeah.
So the ritual involves a fixed sequence of prescribed prayers, followed by direct questioning of the demons, and culminates in direct commands for them to get the fuck out.
Oh.
Yes. Maybe not in so many words. But
okay.
In the course of the ritual, Annaliese's behavior changed. Okay? Calm, cool, and collected at first, her body began to shake violently, and she screamed and squirmed as she was held down by 3 men to prevent her from biting or kicking the other people. Sprinkling her with holy water just made her scream more. And she occasionally demanded the priest stop, like begging them to stop.
Yeah.
But with many fuck yous and suck my dicks involved. Okay? Yeah, because she was, obviously in German.
Your mother's a whore. Your mother sucks dicks in hell.
Yeah. So the whole session lasted 5.5 hours.
Oh, my Lord.
Hours.
It's a long day.
That's a long day. That's like, 3/4 of your work day?
Yeah.
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 Fuck that. At the end of it, a very awake and functioning Annaliese said that she should have continued because they actually stopped. That she should have continued because she felt that the exorcism was just pissing off, or the demons here. Okay, no, she's saying, I'm sorry, she should not have continued.
Gotcha.
Because she feels like it's just
making things worse.
Making it worse.
Yeah.
She fully recalled everything that happened, but her words and deeds had not come from her. So she's saying that she was there, but everything that was happening came from the demons inside of her.
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just watching your body writhe in pain and hearing this "get out of here" voice the whole time.
And telling a priest to go fuck itself, you know what I mean?
Yelling about his mom sucking dicks in hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be laughing in the background. I'd be like, I wanted to say it. He said it. In Annaliese's case, she retained the memory of what occurred when the others took over her body, but it is unclear to what extent she knew what they thought. As for herself, she felt her own personality suppressed in what she called a, quote, hole, while she helplessly watched what the other entities did to her body and said with her mouth. So again, she's watching from the outside looking in, This would seem to be an authentic and therefore rare case of split personality, since she did not simply alter her behavior, but rather her actual self coexisted with these other personalities. It would seem then that there was more than one mental subject or person in Annaliese's body, like a weird, less fun mental apartment building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
We may learn something about the nature of these other personas from the recordings of the exorcism sessions.
Oh.
They emit hideous screams, growls, and moans, and speak in a deep, hoarse voice, uttering curses and mocking the exorcist. But on the other hand, they seem to understand Latin, though a traditional Catholic girl might be expected to know some Latin, okay? Especially when they come from a family as devout as hers.
Right.
Remember, they are very, 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 very Catholic.
Very Catholic?
Very, 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 very Catholic. Yes. Every now and then, they give evidence of understanding more advanced phrases. Okay, so even if you knew basic Latin, it's a little bit advanced.
Et tu brute.
Yeah. God bless you. Like when Father Rent says, Ut decides ab hac familia de Annaliese, meaning, may you depart from the handmaid of God, Annaliese. Annaliese's response, quote, no, she belongs for me.
Oh, sure that wasn't Peter in the background saying that?
That was me peeing right now because this is scary as shit. So would you, and you rest of you people out there, like to hear some of these recordings?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yes, you
Let me get my
would.
blankie real quick, though.
So here you go. I'm going to play some of these. These are actual. This is actual audio footage from these exorcisms. But you got to do me a favor.
Okay.
Everyone out there, not you, because you're here with me.
Oh, damn.
I want you to do me a favor, and if you're in a car or you're someplace where you can't do this, pause it for a second.
Okay.
And then I want you to go someplace and turn off the lights.
Oh.
I want you to literally turn off the lights, and I want you to turn this up in your headphones, and then, just let's get like really, really, really creepy.
Okay, I'm going to turn the lights off real quick. Hold on.
Ja, ich will auch für die anderen leiden, damit die nicht in die Hölle kommen und so. Aber dass das dann so schlimm ist und so grausam und so furchtbar, nee. Das denkt man leiden, das ist so leicht zu sagen, aber wenn es dann wirklich schlimm wird, da will man überhaupt nicht.
So this is her normal speaking voice.
Gotcha.
Here come the other demons. First one is Hitler.
Ihr Klötze. Nein, ihr Klötze. Und der Maul, ihr Klötze. Oh, so der will auch nicht. Oh, ich geh auch nicht. Oh.
Sind wir schon 3?
Ah, wie. Was ist so der Schwein?
This one is Cain.
Kind Gottes.
Ich hab dein Maul erschlagen.
Namen des
This is Nero.
Ruhe gibt's nur da oben.
Ruhe gibt's nur dort, wo die Liebe ist.
Ja, bei uns gibt's nur, ja, no.
Nur Hass.
Ja,
Und wo nur Hass ist, da gibt's keine Ruhe.
nein. Und für uns gibt's nie Ruhe. Nie.
Weil
In der Ewigkeit.
This is Fleischmann.
Und jetzt bin ich verdammt so.
This is Judas.
Die müssen in eigenen Seminaren ausgebildet werden, die dürfen nicht auf die anderen Universitäten. Kapiert?
Klar. Ist da sonst noch etwas zu sagen?
Oh, weil es ist, weil.
Weil der Teufel größere Macht.
This is Lucifer.
im Namen deines seligen Jungfrau, im Namen Jesu, befehle ich dir auszufahren. des Vaters, im Namen des dreifaltigen Geistes, befehle ich dir auszufahren und mich
So yeah, that's that.
Interesting.
You're welcome for the nightmares.
Yeah, I'm
You didn't pay extra for that, did you?
yeah.
Ooh, right?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, it's definitely intense and not like camping. Anyway, so Rentz tested the linguistic ability of the demonic-speaking person by questioning it in Chinese.
Oh.
The demon would not oblige this obvious search for proof of its nature and later said, quote, "If you want to ask something, ask it in German, but follow with a taunt, quote, but I do too understand it." In other words, saying that he understands the Chinese, but you have to do it in German, which seems a little fishy for a demon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe the demon didn't understand Chinese. That's fine. Fine. Finally, however, the demon responded to a Dutch question. Okay. Quote, "Is there anything in your family that has any relation to the case and should not become public?" The answer, quote, "There is nothing like that." So it understood Dutch.
Interesting.
Okay. So the demon speaks Dutch, German, and Latin, but not Chinese.
Interesting.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, different demon.
Right. As another test, Father Renz filled 5 bottles with water, some with tap water and others with holy water.
Gotcha.
Though the bottles were unmarked, the, quote, demons here somehow knew to scream only when the holy water was used.
Interesting.
Which is kind of a common form of engagement with the demons was to recite prayers or biblical readings to test their response. They hated any invocation of St. Michael the Archangel and seemed to fear the Blessed Virgin Mary. They dreaded any mention of guardian angels and screamed in horror during the litany of the 5 sacred wounds, a fact possibly related to the appearance of the stigmata. The demons claimed that they had oppressed Anneliese while she was studying for exams, but only with heavenly permission, and that she passed her exams anyway, only because the lady willed it.
Interesting.
Some biblical passages left no impression on these malevolent entities, as they apparently did not recognize themselves as referenced. Mentioning the beast in Revelation 13 left them unmoved, as did the gospel story of casting out a mute demon. So in other words, they're talking about other demons or whatever, and they weren't even fazed by it. So it didn't even bother them,
Okay.
Direct questioning of the demons is a must by the Roman Rite. This involves asking the names of the demons and how long they intend to keep their asses in their host. By learning the name and identity of a demon, the exorcist hopes to gain a sort of leverage or power over it, okay, which makes sense. He uses the name in the formulas, urging it to leave in the prayers. Right?
Gotcha.
This questioning gave up several characters, and as each name was revealed, as we listened, the demon was forced to manifest its personality. We've already mentioned Judas, that we talked about earlier, and then we heard the others. There was Cain, Hitler, Pastor Fleischmann, okay, which is really weird.
Yeah.
And like I said, Judas. These are the names of men and not demons, which is odd, right? Cain said, quote, he only has a big mouth but nothing to say, which could mean he was stripped of all his power. When he was talking about Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what Judas said of Hitler. It's actually, sorry, I missed, hold on, I've this part's funny. Cain, okay, said very little, okay, while Hitler actually talked a lot.
Right.
And basically just muffled a bunch of hails. Like, hail, wait, hail, whatever he was doing. And that's when Judas was like, he's got a big mouth but ain't saying shit.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So Judas didn't even like Hitler. That's hilarious.
Uh-huh.
So the Pastor Fleischmann character was based on an obscure medieval priest in distant Eitlben, where Father Alt was now a pastor. According to the parish records, this Fleischmann guy was a womanizer, drunkard, and brute who had beaten a man and woman nearly to death.
Oh.
Sounds like a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
When Father Alt visited the Michels in the fall of 1975, he mentioned to the family that a previous pastor of his parish had killed a man. So he had mentioned it before.
Interesting.
So did she just take that and then create? Or did that demon take on that personality?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Right. Mm-hmm. When Father Alt, again, he told her all that stuff. So at that moment, Annaliese gave a terrible scream, though they were not performing an exorcism at the time. Several weeks later, he visited Annaliese, accompanied by her boyfriend Peter, and asked her why she was frightened by the name Fleischmann, upon which she screamed again. Her face alternated between smiles and hideous contortions. She immediately apologized, quote, "Please don't take it too hard. I can't help it." That evening, while Father Renz here performed the rite of exorcism, a demon identified itself as Fleischmann and gave many biographical details that Father Alt never mentioned in Annaliese's presence.
Okay.
Father Alt confirmed that the archivist in Würzburg had always possessed the medieval Edebon parish records while she was in college there, right?
Okay.
So there was no way that Annaliese could have even seen them or read anything about him.
Okay.
She had, this other lady had, or this other person, I don't know if it's a lady or not. Anyway, did I say it? Yeah, she, yeah. So this person had it while she was in school there, while Annaliese was in school.
Gotcha.
But there was no way she could have ever seen it.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of,
that's
kind of creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
By October 4th through the 6th, 2 weeks after Father Renz had begun the exorcisms, performed every 2 days or so. The demonic personalities weakened and spoke less frequently. They rarely responded with the usual ferocity toward the ritual, yet they never left. This lethargic behavior by the alter egos, apparently bored by the exorcism, yet just sticking around, is atypical of possession cases, suggesting perhaps some other factor prevented these personalities from manifesting themselves. Okay. On October 7th, Dr. Keller issued another Tegretol prescription for Annaliese. That's that antipsychotic one. I think so, right? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I don't know. There are so many meds. Anyway, in that same evening, the demons returned in full force.
Oh.
Even uttering a hoarse scream and high-pitched laugh at the same time.
Hell.
Fuck that. This reinforces the suspicion that the prescription drugs may have been having an effect, though it is unclear whether they enhanced or suppressed the demonic manifestations.
Okay.
So was it making her better or was it making her worse?
Both.
Right. I mean, if you're having a high-pitched scream and a real low scream at the same time,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Nope.
I don't think. I'm not going to try. Yeah. Still, a taped conversation between Father Renz and a doped-up Annaliese that evening makes it clear that she was coherent most of the time and was even studying for her exams at this time.
Oh, wow.
So when she wasn't possessed and demons coming out, she was trying to get ready for her exams. Yeah. Her mother and sister Barbara insisted she had no more physical problems, except for the jerking motion during the exorcisms. She did not try to attack people anymore, and though her appetite was weak, she insisted that the demons were not preventing her from eating.
Oh, okay. Well,
Which is good.
Yeah.
She did sleep on the floor, however, and otherwise the demons would force her to sit up in bed.
Oh.
So if she laid down, they're like, "No, sit up, bitch." Yeah, it's fuck. I don't know why they would do that. It's weird. So her torments were now purely psychological. She stated, quote, "with that frightful anxiety with a mood of annihilation." She said she had this feeling since the 10th grade and is now weakening her memory and her concentration. She felt sick if she tried to go to church, and her mysterious tormentor caused her pain when the sign of the cross was made over her during the exorcism.
Right.
When asked where he was, she replied, quote, "that differs. Usually he is all around, but sometimes either back there or down low." So what does that mean? He's down in hell, or he's down low in her?
Down low on her.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean.
On October 13th, a strange new development occurred. Annaliese began receiving messages from the Virgin Mary. Remember, she was getting those way earlier in the beginning.
Yeah.
At first, she and her family were skeptical of this, of course, which she wrote down in a diary, suspecting a demonic trick. Yet the demons cursed the writings, attributing them to the Virgin by indicating a religious portrait. So she's saying the Virgin Mary's talking to her, and she's writing it down, and the demons are like, "No, we don't like that."
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, which is weird, because now you have conflicting things inside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Upon learning of Annaliese's written messages, Father Renz thought of Barbara Weigand, we talked about her before,
Yep.
the seer from Schipach, Schippack. Schipach. Okay. Who was respected by the Michels and had a similar practice of writing heavenly messages. Father Renz offered Annaliese a copy of Weigand's writings, and immediately her notes from the Virgin encouraged her to complete the mission of the deceased woman.
Oh.
So now she sees this other person who was writing these heavenly messages, quote unquote, so now she feels that she has to continue on where she left off.
Gotcha.
So now you just made it even worse.
Yeah.
That woman's sufferings inspired Annaliese to perceive meaning in her own torments, And on October 29th, she wrote that Barbara Weigand told her she must suffer a great deal. So now she's taking even more on herself. And that's what happens, too. A lot of these zealots, they believe that they have to... what was the one movie where the guy whipped himself all the time?
Oh, that was Angels and Demons. That was the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Was it? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was a...
That's why I
it was
asked.
that pale albino...
Yes.
Albino guy.
That guy that kept whipping himself with the thorn whip.
He had to repent for the sins that he committed and stuff like that.
And the sins of man and everything else. It's super crazy.
That was, what's his name? Jarvis that played him, wasn't it? From Iron Man?
I don't think, maybe. I don't think so.
I swear that was...
I know he was in another movie where he was like an angel or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Legion?
Legion.
Yeah,
that was
a
awesome.
good one.
Yeah,
especially when that thing jumped up on the ceiling.
Yeah.
The old lady.
Oh, yeah, that was...
So anyway, so she obviously is trying to continue on with this and that she must suffer now. So regarding these visions, Annaliese said, quote, I don't hear voices, exactly. I am only given to understand. Though she depicts the visitations with visual imagery, she writes, quote, I see nothing. So in other words, she's drawing pictures and stuff, but she doesn't see what she's writing.
Interesting.
Right. Thus, these inspirations cannot be adequately attributed to auditory or visual hallucinations, the ordinary signs of schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Aha. Mm-hmm. Instead, they were purely spiritual or intellectual in nature. Couldn't be schizophrenia.
Nope.
Right?
We didn't have mental disorders back then.
Right. Well, they did, but not like this.
No.
By October 16th, Annaliese received messages from the Blessed Virgin that she would, quote, become entirely free in October, which is a Marian month, which is the Queen Mary, or not Queen Mary. Well, it's also Queen Mary, but also Virgin Mary month. They call it Marian month. I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
However, she was also told that a terrible judgment was coming, and even the demons attested to this, saying it would be, quote, worse than the last two.
Oh.
Everyone assumes they mean the last two world wars.
I was thinking the last two exorcisms.
No. There's been a lot of exorcisms. Remember, they were doing them like once every 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
There was lots. And also this worse than the last two thing would take place in Europe. So now the demons were predicting a new world war. Yeah. Annaliese was also repeatedly visited by the spirit of Father Roth's nephew, who died at the beginning of the month. He told her he was in heaven and there to encourage her in her tribulations. Which, I mean, is nice, but in the same sense, Jesus. I didn't mean to say that Jesus part either. God damn it, I did it again. Stop it. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm feeling right now should not blaspheme, even though anyway.
Yeah.
She also recorded messages supposedly from Christ, though she repeatedly expressed doubts and fears that these messages might be tricks by the devil. In one message, she was told, quote, you will become a great saint, and was forced to cry to prove that she had heard correctly. In another, the, quote, savior, whoever this person is, this entity, this being, tells her, quote, you are going to get married, Annaliese. In this one way, you are not going to be like Barbara Weigand, but you are going to be like her in every other way, in suffering and in sacrifice.
Oh.
Don't like none of that.
Nope.
In the last week of October, Annaliese continued to receive messages from the Savior, quote, urging her to bear her suffering patiently for the salvation of other souls. The presence of the Blessed Virgin was also apparent as the demons claimed during the October 29th exorcism that she ordered them to leave by Friday.
Friday.
Jenny, you got to get those demons out of here. I don't like them. All I smell is poop and burns.
I gotta pay.
Yeah. So anyway, they're supposed to be out by Friday, October 31st.
Halloween.
All
Hallows.
Yes, All Hallows Eve. Yeah. So this confirmed in Annaliese's diary entry on the 29th. All right, so this is confirmed. So it's confirmed in that, and as well as what she's saying, that they're supposed to get the fuck out by October 31st.
Gotcha.
Accordingly, everyone expected that the demons would be driven out on
the 29th.
October 31st.
Gotcha.
Catch up, mustard.
Okay.
So that morning, Dr. Keller wrote another Tegretol prescription. Of course, let's give her some more meds here. Mm-hmm. Father Renz then conducted an exceptionally long exorcism, preserving 4.5 hours of it on audio tape, which is partly what you guys listened to earlier. And some notable points in these were, and again, I just played snippets.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and if you guys want to dive into it, you're more than welcome to. So early in the session, Annaliese shrieks in her own voice, saying, "We are not leaving."
Oh.
Later, she uses a low, growling, demonic voice to taunt the priest and resist him. The demons, which now include, we talked Cain, Judas, Lucifer, Nero, and Fleischmann, they try to stall for time, saying they have the ladies' permission to stay and that they will not leave until 10 o'clock. one after the other. I think the lady is the Virgin Mary.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I think in this.
Yeah.
And it never really says in this, but that's who I think. Then there's a message from the Virgin Mary. Quote, she is happy about all of you because you kept on praying. You are to continue as much as you can. When everyone there began to pray, they were forced to stop because of an especially horrific, nausea-inducing bout of screaming. Lots of screaming. At 10 o'clock, each demon departed, though with, a shit ton of verbal resistance and screaming and shit, saying, quote, Hail Mary, full of grace, as commanded by the priest upon exiting. The human, the voices or whatever, they admit their crimes in life, and Lucifer is the last one to leave. With all the demons gone by 10:40 p.m., everyone sings the Te Deum in German to celebrate. I'm assuming that's a prayer thing or whatever, right? So the success of the exorcism is short-lived, however.
Oh, no.
Yeah. As the priest and family start to sing the hymns and stuff, a demonic growl and scream interrupts them all, saying, quote, I have not gone out yet. This demon will not give his name, saying he had not revealed his presence before.
Ooh.
So he's just hiding in the cut, watching it all. He's like that dude in the bar. He's the quiet one.
Those are the ones we got to worry about.
Yeah, you got to watch that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because he's going to come up and shank your ass and take your wife. You know what I mean?
Damn.
He's that kind of guy.
That's crazy.
So Father Rentz continues trying to cast him out for 3 more hours, but the fucker refused to go. Despite the persistence of this less talkative demon, Annaliese was able to return to school a week later.
Oh.
Cram for an examination and pass with a good grade.
Well, that's good.
I know, that's awesome. Most of the time, however, she seemed apathetic, according to her classmates, though she was, she was attentive and she was pleasant to be around. You know what I mean?
Oh,
she just
good.
seemed very kind of like me, whatever.
Right.
Life sucks. I have a demon in me. You know what I mean? Annaliese continued to receive communications from the Savior, strongly encouraging her to be patient, to pray for herself and others, to keep a humble silence, to trust in His grace with steadfastness, to struggle against temptation, and to not judge others. Quote, I will give you my grace. You will be true unto death.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like any of that.
Yeah, nope.
On a November 9th exorcism session, the demon identifies himself as Judas. Okay, so even though Judas was supposedly gone, and
So this must be Judas Priest now, right?
This is Judas Priest.
Gotcha,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Saying that he and 4 others returned shortly after being expelled with the lady's permission. For the rest of the year, Annaliese continued leading a double life and renewed her Tegretol prescriptions. She rarely demonstrated demonic behavior outside of exorcism sessions at her family's home. So, that part bothers me really bad.
Yeah.
So she's not showing any signs of being possessed until they go and do these exorcism sessions, and then it starts coming out.
Yeah, no.
It's like, maybe just stop doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, she continued her studies at Würzburg with most of her school companions utterly unaware of her state of possession.
Okay.
On one occasion in January, however, Annaliese's face contorted, and she struck her boyfriend, Peter.
Oh.
Ooh, sorry, Peter. Peter.
He was checking out somebody for sure.
Yeah, probably. She returned to normal after he threw holy water on her at her request. Okay, so at least she wasn't peeing on
Well,
her.
at least she asked for it in return.
Yeah,
I thought he was just going to throw it at her just because he got smacked.
It'd be funny. Bitch! At least he didn't pull an R. Kelly on him, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been much worse.
Yeah, let me just pee right here.
Oh, I want to piss on you. Chip, chip, chip. So the exorcism sessions in January were shorter, which were around 2 hours. I keep smacking this damn thing. As the demon was more subdued and just bored participating. Literally, they were just getting bored at this time.
I mean, we've been doing them every other day.
Sitting there like, oh, God, here comes the priest again. Son of a bitch. Anyone got a cigarette? Go ahead. What do you get? Yeah. The power of Christ. Yeah. I get the yeah, I get it. Are you done? Are you done yet? How about now?
You make a great demon.
Thanks. That'd be Judas. That's Judas, yeah.
Gotcha.
In a tape-recorded session on February 1st, Annaliese told Father Renz that she had recently begun to experience compulsions, so she was no longer permitted to eat or to cover herself from the cold. So compulsions, in other words, like they were telling her what to do.
Okay.
And she couldn't stop it.
Oh, no.
Okay, so they were involuntary, and they're saying you can't eat. And
You need to freeze.
You got to freeze. Again, you have to suffer.
Oh.
She felt that her prayers were unheard and that her suffering for the sake of others was far more difficult than she expected. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
She also felt the need to bang her head against the wall, strip, and go to bed.
Well, that's a quick way to pass out.
I guess. Yeah. Sometimes the voices were verbal, like a sweet voice telling her that she must always wear the same pair of shoes. I don't know. It's fucking weird, right?
That's so weird.
That one's just like, I don't know, just random.
I mean, like, same underwear would make sense, you know?
Oh, Jesus, here comes the... Oh, son of a bitch, it's the sweet one. Honey, I just need you to wear the same shoes the whole time, okay? All right, now bang your head against the wall and go to bed. On March 3rd, Annaliese had an episode of stiffness when trying to visit home, so she stayed in Würzburg. She was unresponsive to yet another exorcism. However, she soon recovered, started eating more food, resumed her studies, and was examined by the school's general practitioner, Dr. Wolfert, on the 9th. She told him about her epileptic history, but not about her possession. He thought she appeared exhausted, yet, psychologically normal, and he renewed her Tegretol prescription.
Dude, what is with this?
I know, they're loading her up with this shit, man. Anyway, it's crazy. In early April, while visiting home, Annaliese begged Thea Hain, that's the one who we talked a little bit about her earlier, to promise to tell her if anyone thought of sending her to a physician. She refused, did not want to go to a doctor.
Right.
She also warned that there would soon be a powerful burning stench, and immediately they both smelled an unbearable stench in the car that endured for 10 minutes after opening the windows.
Yeah, that was a really bad fart.
Yeah.
You're going to smell something really bad.
Hey, smell that?
Hey, do you smell popcorn?
Oh my God, you know what's so funny? So my buddy used to do that all the time. In order to get you this, like if he farted,
yeah,
he'd be like, dude, you smell something burning?
Oh God.
And you're like, son of a bitch. Maybe that's what she was doing.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
He got it from her.
Yeah.
So on the night of April 13th, the Tuesday before Easter, Annaliese felt the urge to stay kneeling on the school's chapel until the next morning.
Oh, wow.
The following day, however, she could discuss her thesis with her advisor, exhibiting sound critical thinking when talking about relevant literature. So she did this one night and then wakes up the next day and like, I'm going to go show her my report. Mm-hmm.
That is so weird.
On the night of April 15th, which is Holy Thursday, Annaliese felt a terror, like something horrible coming over her, and a great weight pushing down on her while kneeling in the church to pray. She believed she was experiencing, quote, the death agony of the Savior, and felt the pains of the stigmata. At the end of the Good Friday service the following day, Annaliese remained standing rigidly for hours, unable to move. The next day, her sister Roswitha came to nurse her as she lay in bed. Annaliese would become rigid again whenever someone tried to get her out of bed and get dressed to go home back to Klingenberg.
Right.
By the last week of April, Annaliese had again started refusing to eat. Some friends suggested calling a doctor, but she wouldn't have anything to do with it. None of them were aware of the possession. Oh. Remember, her friends are like, she's not eating.
Yeah.
Or the exorcisms, except for Anna Lippert, who called Father Renz and Father Alt-Delete on April 30th. After Annaliese had started screaming, all crazy willy-nilly.
Yeah.
On the morning of May 1st, she was her usual self again, though. Casually chatting with her sister and her boyfriend Peter over breakfast. When Father Alt arrived that day, Annaliese asked him if she could work on her thesis at the parish house in Ettenben, so he would be on hand,
right?
Because that's where he's at, to perform an exorcism if she needed it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so hey, I'm going to do my my shit here. Do you mind? On the way to Ettenben, she told Peter that she had told Father Alt that her suffering would be over in July. So the demons were supposed to leave in October.
Right.
But they didn't.
So now we're stuck till July.
This is the end of April, and now she's saying that her suffering is going to end in July.
Interesting.
Okay. That afternoon, Annaliese urged Peter to let her see the renovated church. Once inside, her face stiffened, and she became emotionless. When Peter tried to move her, she felt too heavy. Just like on April 15th, a short prayer was enough to snap her out of it, but she returned to her state, where she was at when she was brought to back to bed. When they were putting her back to bed, she just kind of returned to that.
Gotcha.
In the early days of May, she got even worse, refusing to eat, sleep, or even lie in her own bed. Roswitha and a local elderly woman were soon summoned to help care for Annaliese while the parish housekeeper prepared meals. Roswitha injured her foot a week later, so the Michels brought Annaliese home to Klingenberg on May 10th. And there are some really, really sad pictures of her, and starting at the end where she's like completely malnourished and like they're rough to look at. And we'll post them up there unless you guys just want to Google it for yourself and have more nightmares. So in Klingenberg, Annaliese's condition continued to worsen. Okay. She raged, screamed, struggled violently, requiring at least 2 men to hold her down, and she was not a big girl.
Wow.
Struck and bit herself as well. Father Renz repeatedly visited to recite the exorcism rite, but no demons responded this time. During some sessions, she would exhibit compulsive behaviors, such as constantly kneeling and rising hundreds of times. Finally, on May 20th, she could stay coherent for right around 5 hours. dictating a 4-page outline of her thesis.
Okay.
Which means she's a smart girl.
Right.
Other than those moments, she was incapable of ordinary conversation. The only physician to see Anneliese in this weakened state was Dr. Richard Roth, a friend of Father Alt, who visited on May 30th. Dr. Roth would later testify that he showed up out of scientific curiosity, not as a doctor.
Gotcha.
And he's hearing about all this. He's like, I got to go check this shit out.
Right.
And his buddy, freaking Alt Delete's probably like, dude.
Go and see some shit.
Dude, you want to see some shit? So on June 2nd, Father Renz reported to the bishop that Annaliese's left cheek was severely swollen and had bruises around her eyes from her self-inflicted blows.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Roth denied seeing any of these injuries. However, his testimony was inconsistent and implausible on several points, and he was likely trying to exonerate himself from a charge of criminal negligence. Yeah, and we're starting to get to that part. According to other witnesses in the house, the Michels, Peter, and the priest, Dr. Roth did see Anneliese from the front, remarking on her stigmata wounds, and afterward promised to Father Alt that he would come in case of medical emergency. In other words, he saw her, like, listen, if y'all need me, hit me up. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Right. He suggested treatments for her bruises, but considered her general condition untreatable by a physician, allegedly saying, quote, "There are no injections against the devil." That's pretty
deep right there, man.
Yeah. And you know, obviously, Dr. Roth was a very respected physician. Yeah. Published in all kinds of medical journals, and he didn't have any prior attachment or belief in exorcism. Okay. So he's the one who's like, he's starting to like, what the hell? And after this, it's kind of amazing. It totally made him start going to church.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I would too if that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
So on June 8th, the last time Father Alt saw Anneliese, she had a sunken face from malnourishment. However, she did drink some fruit juice and milk, according to her parents, and on occasion drank nearly 2 liters.
Wow.
Which is a lot. When they tried to force feed her, she would spit out the food or firmly press her lips together like you're not getting, like a little kid doesn't want their beans.
Here comes your point.
Yeah. In addition, she chipped her teeth from biting the wall.
Oh.
Repeatedly bit herself and struck at others. She's biting the wall now. Meanwhile, the exorcisms were consistently unsuccessful in getting demons to speak. Instead of intelligible words, Anneliese repeatedly made mechanically unnatural-sounding voices, which were taped again on June 7th. Father Renz later believed to be a penance possession. He believed all this to be a penance possession, where the possessed endures suffering in reparation of someone else's sins. Yet he admitted he could not understand the meaning of the penance. Like, what is her penance?
Right.
Why is she being put through all this?
Right.
By June 18th, Annaliese's injuries had healed, except for an open sore on her knee and nosebleeds from rubbing. Nevertheless, she still compulsively knelt and rose dozens of times until exhausted. She screamed and raged in bed, even as her mother attempted impromptu exorcism prayers. So mom's like trying to do some of these too. Right. She still had a lot of cognitive periods when she could converse normally with people too. So she'd have these things, and all of a sudden she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fine," and then all of a sudden it's
like a light switch. It's weird.
She told them she expected all would be over by July and repeatedly told them not to call a doctor. On the last such occasion, on June 30th, she told Roswitha that a physician could not help her and feared being sent to the state mental institution at Lohr, where she did not belong.
Right.
So she didn't want to go. So on June 27th, Anneliese had a fever, but it subsided after cold compresses were applied. She refused to have a doctor come by, although her father did call Dr. Roth to write another note extending her leave from school.
Gotcha.
Right now, she's all this is going on, and I'd be acting a totally different way than old Joseph here, but whatever. Before the exorcism on June 30th, her temperature was measured at right around 102 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's getting pretty high.
Yeah, or 38.9 degrees Celsius for all you smart people out there. So yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
What is it, 104, and like your brain can actually you can get brain damage and stuff
it's
from
like
it?
over 104, yeah.
Yeah. So during one exorcism rite, she insisted on repeatedly kneeling, though her family cushioned her movements, placing a pillow on the floor. Her last words to Father Renz were, quote, "Please, absolution," requesting the absolution part of the rite, which he then gave. With the rite completed, Peter and Father Renz left, while her parents remained with Anneliese. Anna Michel, her mom, went to bed a short while afterward. Anneliese then started screaming and throwing herself around. Her father was still in the room, and as it was midnight, he told her that he commanded the demons to leave in the Father's name since it was now July, and they had to leave so she could recover. After that, she turned quietly on her right side and went to sleep. Following morning at 7 o'clock, Mr. Michel, Joseph, looked into Annaliese's room and saw her apparently sleeping, so he headed out to work. An hour later, his wife called and told him that Annaliese had died.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty rough.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So, that previous information was actually taken from an exceptional article, albeit a little bit biased at times, from arcaneknowledge.org. I also did a bunch of little ad stuff in there from different places too. So the autopsy report here declared the cause of death, quote, advanced emaciation due to severe malnutrition and dehydration. When asked why medical intervention had not been, asked for, why didn't you call the doctors? Father Alt stated that he never considered the woman dangerously ill, and that if he had, he would have immediately called for medical assistance. How the fuck is she not?
No, right.
Yeah.
She's just looks that way.
Yeah, it's horrible. So like a bitch, Father Rentz said, quote, the exorcism ritual expressly states that the clergymen should not burden themselves with medical matters. Right. In this, Father Rentz was correct, however, as the rite of exorcism they were using at the time, the 1614, yes, 1614, it's the De Exorcisandis Abscessis e Dominio, whatever, from the Ritual Romanum, said nothing about the priest's responsibilities for the physical well-being of the possessed.
Okay.
This is from 1614, so in other
that
words,
makes sense.
If he dies, he dies,
If he dies.
Instead, it suggested, quote, the exorcist should guard against giving or recommending any medicine to the patient, but should leave this care to physicians. Okay, so if a physician was to be called, they should allow them to do that, but they shouldn't be giving any kind of medical advice or medicine, stuff like that.
Or that turpentine tall, whatever shit. Yeah.
Well, that was from a doctor. That was Dr.
Oh, that was from the doctor?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So basically, it was told that they were not to do that. So I think they followed it a little bit too by the book there.
A little bit.
In the case of Annaliese Michel, there were no physicians. One would expect that good judgment, if not some fucking pity, would have maybe motivated the priest to actually get a hold of a doctor. Father Rentz testified that he had written to the bishop before Annaliese's death that her condition was deteriorating but had received no response. Probably out fucking golfing again.
Yeah.
Bishop Stengel explained that neither he nor Father Rodwick had any direct contact with Annaliese or her parents during the 9 months of exorcisms. 9 months!
Jeez, dude.
Of exorcisms, and were unaware that she was not receiving medical treatment. Author and cultural anthropologist Felicitas Goodman, what a great name. Felicitas. Hola. Well, this person argued, I think it's a dude, to be honest. There is sufficient evidence to support the contention that Annaliese was indeed not sick, that she was not an epileptic, that what looked to the uninformed like symptoms of a disease were actually manifestations of a religious experience.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
These mystical or religious experiences are known as altered states of consciousness, or ASC. Periods of wakefulness that are pretty different from normal. Some have disagreed with Goodman's claim. Yeah, like me. I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to raise my hand real quick. Yeah. Saying that there was sufficient evidence that Annaliese did not have temporal lobe epilepsy, though. Okay. But they're just saying that there was evidence there, but not for that particular thing.
Okay.
Goodman's argument seems predicated on the fact that multiple EEGs, in addition to the autopsy report after her death, failed to indicate anything abnormal with Annaliese's temporal lobe. She had no anatomical defects, tumors, or scarring. However, this is not unusual. In roughly 1 in 4 cases of temporal lobe epilepsy, the cause remains unknown, which is crazy.
That is weird.
Many factors may cause temporal lobe epilepsy, including infections such as encephalitis or meningitis, malformations of the blood vessels in the brain, or genetic mutations. She could have had a genetic mutation that they didn't know about.
Right.
Additionally, there is reason to believe that Annaliese may not have taken her medication as prescribed. This is something Goodman contradicts herself on. Okay, so Goodman is a girl. Stating that, a woman. Sorry. Quote, Annaliese continued taking the drugs conscientiously. And she goes on to say, Roswitha remembers that Annaliese often took less than 3 tablets per day of Tegretol when her prescription was beginning to run out, and they made up for it as soon as it was renewed by taking more than the prescribed dosage. That's not good.
Nope, not at all.
If this were true, the question of why, despite the anticonvulsants and the mood stabilizers, Annaliese's behavior and mental state continued to decline, and she continued to have seizures, becomes less mysterious because she's not taking it the right way.
Right.
The following is a description of the trial that followed from a 1978 Washington Post article. Yes, there was a trial.
Good.
When she died, Annaliese weighed 68 pounds.
Yeah, she's not malnourished at all.
No, not at all.
That's normal.
20-year-old, 22-year-old, 23-year-old woman weighing... Yeah, that makes sense.
That's perfectly normal.
She looks fine.
That's the height of physical fitness.
She looks fine.
Yeah.
The autopsy reports said that her death was caused by the malnutrition and dehydration that resulted from almost a year of semi-starvation during the rites. The state prosecutor, after an investigation, said the woman's death could have been prevented even 1 week before she died.
Yeah.
Instead, he charged all 4 defendants with negligent homicide for failing to call a medical doctor. A series of doctors who have testified at the trial have all told the court that the woman died of a combination of epilepsy, mental disorders, and an extremely religious environment, which, in the words of Professor Hans Satis of Würzburg University, added up to, quote, a spiritual sickness and heavy psychic disturbance. I say yes, that all kind of makes sense to me. Both priests have told the court they remain convinced that the woman was possessed and that her death finally freed her. The parents also remain confident that she was possessed, but not that she was released. The parents ordered their daughter's body exhumed from her grave after they said a nun told them she had a vision that their daughter's body, Annaliese's body, was still intact. Proof that there was a possession. The exhumation, which authorities said showed normal body decay, was attended by hundreds of curious spectators, and the trial also drew intense interest. Throughout the trial, Annaliese's father, 60-year-old Joseph Michel, sat impassively, his stocky frame, just hanging out, His wife, Anna, 57, she took notes steadily, pausing only to moan, "Oh, dear God," when some doctor alleged that her daughter was possessed of a mental disorder rather than the devil.
Interesting.
Yes. The priests were defended by church-paid lawyers. The parents were defended by one of Germany's top lawyers, Erich Schmidt-Leichner, who has also defended numerous people in Nazi war crime trials.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah.
That's
Schmidt-Leichner, this lawyer here, has claimed that exorcism is legal and that the German Constitution protects citizens in free exercise of their religious beliefs. Okay. The accused were convicted of negligent homicide and were given suspended prison sentences in April of 1978 and were ordered to share the cost of the proceedings. The sentences have been described as stiffer than requested by the prosecutor, who had asked that the priest only be fined and that the parents be found guilty but not punished. The church approving such an old-fashioned exorcism rite drew public and media attention, and according to John M. Duffy, the case was a misidentification of mental illness. You don't fucking say.
Okay.
One more fun little fact here. On June 6, 2013, a fire broke out in the house where Annaliese Michel lived. And although the local police said it was a case of arson, some locals attribute it to the actual exorcism.
And now, boys and girls, it's your favorite part of the show, the movie review. Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
I gotta figure out a way to turn that thing down. Every time we do the movies intro, I'm afraid it's blowing everyone's eardrums out.
Yeah.
It's like, do. Let's all go to the kitchen. Let's all go to the kitchen and punch our... I don't know where I was going with that.
Come on.
So today we're going back to the movies.
I miss the movies.
So what do you think the list is?
The list is going to be a case of medical negligence.
You think movies based on medical negligence?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be good. But no, it's best demonic possession movies.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more on the nose, I guess, right? All right, so at number 10, and obviously you've not seen hardly any of these, I guarantee it, but we'll go through it anyway.
I would say that I've been a dollar that I've seen at least one, but I've been wrong multiple times, so let's go with it.
All right. Well, number 10 is Hereditary.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you?
Yes. Hereditary is weird. I don't remember a lot of the movie. I just remember
Well, there's one main part in it that you should probably remember if you've seen the movie. It's a pretty messed up part that everybody talks about.
With that freaking chick's like hanging from the ceiling with her chair or whatever.
No.
I'm thinking of a different movie, aren't I?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That was my demon.
Nice.
No. There's a part where a little girl has her head hanging out the window and meets, she meets a telephone pole.
I have not seen this movie. Never mind.
Yes. So when the matriarch of the Graham family passes away, her daughter and grandchildren begin to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry, trying to outrun the sinister past of their grandmother.
That's on Netflix. I'm about to watch that now.
You should. It's weird. It's directed by Ari Aster, who's done like a bunch of like I don't want to say they're artsy, but they're kind of artsy.
Okay.
It's weird. I can't say I liked it, but I've only seen it once, and I gotta kind of watch it again. But yeah, there's a couple of parts in that you're like, especially that part.
Yeah,
I probably ruined it for everybody, but if you haven't seen it, you should fucking watch it anyway. It's been out since like 2018.
Yeah,
you can't get on my ass, right?
No.
All right. Number 9, The Possession. Ooh, it's got Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I know exactly who that is.
You don't, do you? No. It's Keegan. Keegan from Walking Dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, with Kira Sedgwick and Natasha Callis of 2012.
Okay.
When their youngest daughter, Em, becomes strangely obsessed with an antique wooden box bought from a yard sale, parents Clyde and Stephanie see... Oh, I have to press on the button. See little cause for alarm. However, Em becomes increasingly unstable, leading the couple to fear the presence of a malevolent force. To their horror, Clyde and Stephanie learn that the box contains a Dybbuk, a dislocated spirit that inhabits and ultimately devours a human host.
Yeah, I've actually seen this movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I have. There's a scene where they're like
Dybbuk
all
box.
in the middle of like they're in the middle of a parking lot, I think is what it is, and there's a bunch of like street lamps, and they open the box and they're just like all swarmed with like moths and shit. Like it gets it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's like the only part I remember the whole movie. But yes.
We're on Ranker. Hold on. I love Ranker.
Ooh, Ranker.
Let's see.
The Rancor.
So Hereditary is on number 54. So it's on other lists.
Okay.
Number 54 of 140 of the best movies you never want to watch again.
That makes sense.
Holy shit. And the best A24 movies?
A24, yes. That is...
Nope.
Don't have any for it.
The Possession is not on any of those. But this next one sure is.
Ooh, what is it?
This is number 8, Evil Dead.
The original?
The original, yeah.
Okay,
Bruce
okay.
Campbell, yeah. You haven't seen this, have you?
I haven't seen the originals. I've only seen the newest one. And I absolutely love it.
Failed as a father. It's nothing like the remake.
It's not. It's like kind of corny, cheesy or whatever.
I'm not even going to read what this is because everybody out there knows this because you guys are awesome. So
Yeah,
I'm not
better
even
than
gonna read. Yeah, you need to seriously. Okay, we're going to have, and we talked about this on
the last time. Yeah,
when you were on here with me.
Yeah, those were the movies.
We're going to start doing movie nights.
Movie nights, yeah.
You got to start doing that.
Oh yeah, I will.
You have to.
I'm going to download a app that allows me to watch whatever I want.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I'll give you like login codes or whatever, whatever you need. But yeah, you should be doing that and just live stream it the whole time.
The whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should. You should totally do that, and then you can just chat with people as you're watching this movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be cool if you could watch it with you, like set it up in there. A lot. You could do that a lot on like.
Shit, we can do that on Discord.
You could do it on. Yeah, there you go.
They can do it on the Discord, and then we can watch a movie together.
There you go.
Ooh.
Set that up.
Let's all go to the
Yeah, so you guys get on the Discord. Just get on there and look for Midnight Train or Accidental Dads. You can do that. Anyway, so Evil Dead is 801 of 1,436 of the most rewatchable movies. Number 11 of 105 of the goriest movies ever made.
Really?
Which I don't really... I mean, whatever.
I don't know.
Number 13 of 126 of the greatest directorial debuts of all time. And yes, that's Sam Raimi, and it is amazing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is amazing. I wasn't a big fan of the
second one?
The second one, yeah. Or the remake.
Yeah.
Number 7, it's The Shining.
The Shining?
Yes.
That's when they all have a bunch of shins and they just shin.
Yes, they just go around cracking people in their
I've seen
shins.
I've seen The Shining.
The Shining. You have seen this one?
Yes, that's the original one. That's with what's his name? Hold on, I got this.
Well, he likes to talk like this.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Where does he get those wonderful toys? Sorry, it's a horrible Jack Nicholson. Yes, it's Jack Nicholson.
Nice.
1980, Stanley Kubrick and his crazy ass. You guys know about The Shining. Come on.
Yeah, I watched that.
They go to the hotel because he's got writer's block, and then the hotel possesses him, and he tries to kill everybody. And yeah, it's come play with us. It's fun.
Yeah, that was
Red rum,
which is murder spelled backwards. Revelations, I tell you.
Yes, it is. Number 6 is Sinister.
Oh, I've seen that one too.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, that's the one. So there's Sinister 1 and 2. That's with the guy who watches all the movies or whatever and sees the demon that's possessing the movies, and then his kids kill him. It's fucking fucked
Okay,
up.
well,
That
I don't
ending.
have to tell anybody about that.
Yeah,
there
it's
you go.
A phenomenal movie.
It's a phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 5, Insidious. I've seen
Yeah,
Sinister.
seen it.
They're okay.
Yeah.
And same with Insidious. I feel like these are all like meh. You know?
Insidious is like, dude, I think Insidious is the one that has like that weird ass scene where it's like you're.
Patrick Wilson, who also was in like all of the
That's the couple, isn't it? Where it's the guy and
Yeah.
the girl who has like that extrasensory powers and stuff like that.
What? Why am I drawing a blank on that? Calm down out there. Calm down, Katie, and everyone else that's yelling right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what were they called? Shite. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah.
And watch, it's gonna happen
Yeah, there's
just
like
randomly.
There's like 8 or 9 movies that are all linked within the Insidious universe.
Yeah. So this is Patrick Wilson, 2010, directed by James Wan. Parents Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne take drastic measures when it seems their new home is haunted by their comatose son, and he's possessed by a malevolent entity.
Oh.
Malevolent. Hey, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's number 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Makes sense.
So this is from 2004. Laura Tenney, isn't it? You know who Laura Tenney is?
I believe it's Tinny.
I said Tenney. No, it's Laura Linney. I don't know why I said Tenney. Damn it. It's Laura Linney. Why did I say Tenney? Anyway, so the Reverend Moore is prosecuted for the wrongful death of a girl thought to be demonically possessed because he administered the church-sanctioned exorcism that ultimately killed her. Prosecuting attorney Ethan Thomas contends that the young woman, Emily, suffered from schizophrenia and should have been medically diagnosed. Meanwhile, defense lawyer Aaron Bruner argues that the Emily's condition cannot be explained by science alone, and that's where they got the idea for that. Was
That makes
from,
a lot of sense.
unfortunately, from what happened to Annaliese.
It's unfortunate.
Number 3, The Conjuring 2.
I've seen it.
I just can't get into those, man.
Yeah.
I just can't.
They're like trying too hard to
Yeah.
scare you. I want real horror. I want
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger to tell me he believes in me. While
You
I'm
said
touching him.
horror,
Yeah,
right?
horror.
Okay, horror.
Horror.
Not like real horrors.
No.
You know what? Real horrors.
I'm married. I can't say that out loud.
Number 2, obviously, The Conjuring, which is number 42 of 253 of the best psychological thrillers of all time. I'm going to say no.
Yeah, no.
I just wasn't a fan of these. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
And even Charlie tried getting me into them, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Like I said, they just try too hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
And number 158 to 317 of the best movies based on true stories. It's got Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
Farmiga.
Like I said, they're like all...
Oh, it's the Warrens.
Yeah.
Ed and Lorraine Warren. That's what
Ed
their
and
name
Lorraine,
is.
yeah.
See? We got it. And number 1 on our list. What do you think it is? I think possession movies.
I'm going to say it's got something to do with the little girl named Reagan.
Which is ironic, right? Yeah. But yes, you are correct.
Hey!
What's it called?
The Omen, right? Sorry.
No, that's Damien. This is The Exorcist.
Ah, damn it.
Yes. And this movie literally, and we've talked about this movie before several times on the show, this is, that movie actually had people believing in exorcisms, and like people were like throwing up in the theater, and like it really...
Kind of like Alien. Do you know about that?
What?
Dude, so like when they first premiered Alien, like when the freaking alien popped out of like somebody's chest or whatever.
It's a chest burster. But
Yes,
yeah.
the chest burster. Yes, when that popped out, people were like actually throwing up because of like how realistic it looked in the theaters at the time.
That's cray. I don't know if I heard about that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I drink a
the
lot.
bomb.
Anyway, this one is on lists here. Number 1 of 22 of horror movies you can't even finish watching. I have multiple times. Number 12 of 552 of the best 70s movies. Okay. What's number 1 on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Give me a second here. Hold on.
Best 70s movies. Hold on.
It's going to be Rocky.
No.
I guarantee. I'm going to say Rocky
Yeah.
or The Godfather. I haven't looked yet. What do you think? You don't even know anything about movies. Why are you even trying to guess right now?
I got this. All right,
what do you think?
It's gonna be.
Oh, dude. It is the most obvious of ever, and I didn't name it.
Well, now I'm not gonna be able to guess it. So
No, it's obvious, and like you should totally get this.
the movie's obvious.
The movie is not. The name of the movie is not obvious, but the movie itself is obvious.
70s movies. Damn. What is is it like Grease or something?
Star Wars.
Fuck, I forgot that came out in the 70s.
Right?
Damn it.
I saw that, and I'm like, how did I not get that? However, number 2 is The Godfather.
Okay,
so
that makes sense. Yeah.
At least I feel vindicated for that. Can't believe I forgot Star Wars.
I thought it was in 80s. I didn't realize it was 70.
So, and then the last one here for Exorcist. It is on one more list if my damn thing. The number 2 of 16 of the most terrifying figures in horror with the lowest kill counts.
Ooh, what's number 1 on that?
That's a good question. Ranker has too many ads. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write them a strongly worded letter. All right, the most terrifying figures in horror with the lowest kill counts.
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on. We'll just do this real quick because fuck it. It's my show. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm just kidding. Anyway, not really. Let's see. It's just loading up slowly. Okay. Lowest kill counts. Let's see. The last one on this is the Babadook.
Okay.
It says the Babadook never kills.
Yeah.
But that's not to say he doesn't try.
Yeah.
Okay. That's number that one.
That movie was weird.
Frankenstein's monster.
I thought. Okay.
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 Let's see. Lord of Darkness. It's from Legend, right? Yeah, from Legend. It was actually played by Tim Curry.
Oh, yeah.
It's
okay.
It was what was his name? Tom Cruise. Real young Tom Cruise. Great movie.
Yeah.
Even though he's the son of Satan, the Lord of Darkness never completes a kill in the film Legend. However, he does go to great lengths to bring about the apocalypse. They did such a great job on his makeup for that. God.
Oh, Steve Curry.
Sam from Trick or Treat. The movie Trick or Treat.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Only killed one person, but apparently is like a little. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that either.
But you haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I saw half the list.
Yeah, okay. The Xenomorph from Alien. He's only killed 5 people, it says.
Well, yeah, there wasn't that many people
from Alien. Yeah, but it was terrifying as shit.
Yeah.
The Mummy, the Boris Karloff one. Only one. What's up? One body count. Only one person killed.
Wait, Boris. Wait, what?
From 1932.
Oh, like the Mummy.
Yes.
Okay.
Not
the Mummy.
AKA Imhotep. Reagan. Reagan killed one, technically.
I mean,
The Exorcist.
Not surprised she didn't kill more, but
yeah,
anyway.
we just talked.
Oh,
about
we were
that.
talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, not your sister. Anyway, and then number 1 on this list, if I can. My God. Oh, never mind. It died. Whatever.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on with this damn thing. It's stupid. So anyway, it doesn't even tell. Oh, come on. I want to know what number 1 is.
I want to know what number 1 is too. Got us all sitting here quivering with anticipation.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, that was the exorcisms of Annaliese Michel.
The 9 months of exorcisms.
And holy macadamia nuts, was that crazy.
I don't think macadamia nuts are a holy nut, but you're close.
I'm going to kick you in your holy nuts. So what do you think? We got to discuss here.
Dude, so I don't, like, at the very beginning, it was starting to kind of get me on the, like, I kind of see her kind of being possessed, like the weird-ass stench that's, just emitting from her, and the random bouts of violets that she would smell and stuff like that, and then the horrific screaming that she would be able to, procure. And then it just all went downhill every time that they gave her medicine and just made things worse. But it only made things worse when she was getting the exorcisms.
I think she had mental illness like a motherfucker.
100%.
And then, having a devout, like the guy said, like you have a mixture of mental illness and then you've got a devoutly, like, religious family.
Yeah.
I think that together, that's what killed that poor girl.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, I do. Whether it was schizophrenia or if she had, like, the temporal lobe stuff going on or whatever it was.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it was, that's what killed her.
Yeah.
And that's not me coming from a non-religious standpoint, okay? That's not me at all. I'm trying to say from medically,
yeah, just
there was something going
facts,
on there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we want to know what you guys think. We want to know if you're going to have nightmares after that. Hopefully we lightened it up for you a little bit after that whole little thing going on.
Yeah,
so
not to make the mood any darker, but I think I did shit myself a little bit when the whole turning the lights down and everything. That was.
Yeah, we actually turned our lights down in here too, just so you guys know. Like we were listening to that. And
we were in it.
I couldn't see your face, but you could probably see mine.
Yeah, I was staring at you because I didn't want to look behind my shoulder and see something.
God, I should have texted someone to come down and grab you.
I was
right
waiting
at that.
for that.
That would have been amazing. So we want to know what you guys think. Hit us up on social media or whatever. We're back, baby. You know what I mean? And sorry that we took some time off, but it was well needed. It was a vacation. It was a good time.
It was a great time.
It was awesome. And Ireland was great. If you want to hear about that, we will be doing a bonus episode just to kind of talk about what we did over there.
Yeah.
We went to the Kilmainham jail and all kinds of cool shit.
All the creepy shit you guys did.
It was fun. There was a lot of drinking.
That's creepy.
Well, I felt creepy the next day, I tell you that much. So do us a favor, stop on over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com, and at our website you can buy some super sweet.
Super sweet.
Oh, that was like Sean Connery on there.
like that?
Ooh, super sweet. You should get on over there and get yourself some clothes.
It's the hunt for the super sweet merchandise.
So I can take it off and get to know you. So get on over there, get some shirts, get some stuff, get some cool stuff, get your, America's second favorite. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah, that's the new one we're going to do. We're going to be the greatest podcast in the world. Probably. Yeah. So you can get all that stuff, and plus it supports the show, and you guys get to show everyone that you're cooler than they are because you're like, I'm wearing awesome gear, and you're not. Exactly. And also, listen, while you're over there, get yourself some Dr. Squatch soap.
Oh, that good stuff?
Because it is good. Dude, I opened it. Remember the one we were talking about in here, the space ones or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's good.
It's so amazing.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to have sex with myself. That's how good it smelled.
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me so hard. But it's amazing, and Dr. Squatch is changing the way men approach hygiene by providing all natural, high-quality, healthy products like bar soaps, hair care, colognes, beard oils, and so much more that make you feel like a man and smell damn sexy.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry. It was weird. It was a weird follow-up. So all the soaps and products are made right here in the U.S. using the finest all-natural ingredients, not cheaply made or harmfully mass-produced. Get on over there and click on sponsors on our website and use the code in there and get 20% off your first subscription. It's awesome, or give it as a gift. By the way, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there.
Aw, thanks.
I had a great Father's Day. I posted something on our social media about it. Had a blast seeing my dad, your grandfather.
Oh, yeah, that was
and
fun.
then seeing my grandfather, your great-grandfather.
Yes.
It was awesome. So it was a good time. So we hope you fathers out there, you're good ones, not you deadbeat bastards. I don't care about you. You guys, you guys can go fuck off. But the rest of you guys who are taking care of your business, I hope you had a good one.
Yeah.
So if you like what you've heard from us, consider being a producer of the show by heading on over to themidnighttrainpodcast.com and clicking on the Patreon button, or go to patreon.com/accidental dads. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all kinds of cool stuff over there, but the bonus is where it's at.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and there's tiers and stuff, so you can get like stickers, t-shirts, things like that.
Yeah, but the best part of that is you get the best of two different shows.
Yeah, and over there you're also getting bonuses for Icons and Outlaws.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you check out Icons and Outlaws wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, tell your friends about it. It's basically us doing what we do here, but less swearing and more music.
Lots of music.
Lots of music.
And lots of Logan being a dum-dum.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Make sure to check out all our socials like Twitter, Instagiggle, the Twat Space, all those places. Yeah. Whatever.
I've never heard of that one. That one's good.
Whatever they're freaking called out there. There's so many of them.
And MySpace.
MySpace, yes.
Yeah, we have that.
AOL Instant Messenger, right? Yeah, we should check those out.
We should.
TikTok, because we're on there too. Like, get on there and do that stuff, because it's fun.
Heck yeah.
Right? It's fun. You like it, right?
I loves it.
You do? Do you?
I do.
Do you loves it?
I'm on there every day creeping on everybody.
Whoa. Yeah. All right. So listen, we can't thank you guys all enough for all the support and for waiting patiently for us to come back, because you knew we'd be back, right? And hopefully this was a good return episode, and it's going to be, we're just going to keep getting better from here.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're back, baby.
Hell yeah.
We're back. You know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
Rolling Stone, we ain't gathered no
I don't plan on going to any more countries anytime soon.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Well, not anytime soon. It was a long trip.
I missed you.
So listen. Oh, I miss you too, buddy. So, of course, a very special thank you to all you fearless executive producer motherfucker. And if you want your name to be mentioned, like these beautiful people, sign up to become a producer or a pooper, right? To Amanda Denz, Chris Lucas, Zachary Danielson, Joseph Aramo, Margaret Dempsey, Kelly Ryan, Nathan Diekman, Hank Sanchez, Stacy Laconin, Nicholas Cooper, Caitlin McKinney, Trent Scott, Spencer Dunlap, Jacob Cook, Maggie Brothers, Albert Lopez, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunselman, Margaret Atkins, Colleen Cox, Pumpkin Escobar, Mac Doherty, Turner Cox, Sydney Sayer, Gina Madison, Janet Sherrill, Chad Flint, Chris McLeod, Justin Kowalczyk, Rob Webb from the Fun Box Podcast. Make sure you check out the Fun Box. Christina Skelton and Jessica Bartolome from the Sisters Skeleton Podcast. Not to be confused with the Sisters Skeleton Podcast coming next year. Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
There it is. Jigsaw, Rick Resler, Courtney Batchelor, Katie Brabenik, and of course, my boy, Bill Birch. Oh, good for you. I ran out of breath on that one. Anyway, spread the word, and if you want your name to be mentioned on the show and for us to be forever grateful, forever grateful, forever. No, it doesn't work really with that.
No, not really.
Forever
In your heart.
forever hung.
Oh.
Forever hung. I don't know if that works for the ladies.
I'm kind of interested on that one, but okay.
What?
Forever hung.
Forever hung.
Yes.
Wait, with this episode, forever dung. Listen, stay safe out there. All right, I hope you guys don't smell any burnt poo-poo. And as always, go ahead.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.